Hey, it's Dana. Come on into my kitchen and I'm going to show you how I use just a few little shortcuts to make pasta sauce taste just like it came from scratch. And it's going to be quick, simple, and so delicious. Your family's going to say, wow, this is better than Olive Garden. And you're going to say, oh, I know. All right, we're going to start with some garlic, some fresh garlic. A lot of times I'll use minced garlic that I purchase already minced up. But I'm going to go ahead and separate these garlic cloves and go ahead and get all of my little skins out of the way here. And then I'm going to put each one in this little sleeve. This little handy dandy thing came with my garlic press, and it takes all of the skin off of it quick and easy. So yep, just roll it around in your hands and all that just comes loose. Separate it all and you've got everyone ready to go in the garlic press and get all that fabulous tasting garlic out. Alright, so we're going to stick just one of those little cloves and you see I've got right there about 6 cloves, 5, I can't count. And I am obviously not showing you in the camera what I'm doing over there, but hold on a minute. I'm going to give you a better view. But anyway, just put that in the garlic press, and then of course the extra skin there just comes out. You just pull it out. This seems like a lot of extra, but really it makes all the difference in the flavor. Alright, so we're going to just squeeze that, yep, here, so you can get a better view. Squeeze that out and you see all the garlic comes minced out underneath. And then sometimes you just have to take a little knife and just kind of scrape all that off. And then of course get all the skin on the inside out of there. But there's all of the garlic in the pot. And then I'm going to go ahead and get an onion prepared and ready to cut up. And as you know, I've got my handy dandy knife over there and I am going to cut that up. And well, let me get rid of all the skins first, all the peel. And then we're going to, yeah, Dana, get every little speck up, sister. Alright, so now we're going to wash my hands off. Come on, get on with it, girl. Alright, here we go. Cut it up. And y'all know I like it big enough to bite into and but small enough to release some of that flavor of that onion. So I'm just going to use 1 onion in this, and as you saw, I think I had 5 little garlic cloves. And yep, cut all that up, slice across it one way and then flip it around, and we're going to slice it again. And we're going to add all that to the pot. Now, I have not put anything in the pot yet except for the garlic. But as you can see, I've got some jars sitting over there. I'm going to introduce you to those in just a minute. But this, the hardest part to this really is just sauteing your garlic and onion. And once that is done, everything else is just bam, bam, bam. Add it, cook it, let it simmer a few minutes. Yeah, girl, showing off those legs down there. I see you. All right, so some grape seed oil. I use this a lot. So it doesn't really add any flavor. It just gives you a very healthy oil to work with, and it will heat at very high temperatures without going rancid. That's something you want to make sure you pay attention to, is what oils you're cooking with. You don't want to cook at high temperatures with olive oil. All right, so now I'm going to, while that is kind of heating up to simmer, this is the traditional marinara sauce from Trader Joe's. I love it because it's all just whole ingredients right there. Love this pasta sauce. But you don't want your pasta sauce to just taste like it just came out of a jar. You know, I like to put my own flavor, my own signature to it. And one of the extras that I do is adding a little bruschetta. Now, I don't always do this, but this bruschetta from Trader Joe's, again, it's all just good whole ingredients, and it just gives some, oh my goodness, extra flavor. Now, today, instead of using spaghetti or pasta, I'm going to use the quinoa and brown rice. pasta from Trader Joe's. Again, just whole ingredients. Very little processing of this. So just give your onion and garlic a little stir. The heat, obviously, you can see is up on high. Once it has started simmering at a high temperature, I'm going to turn that down a little bit and let it just simmer until the onions are iridescent. Yep, stir it up good, Dana. There you go, sister. Alrighty. Now, I am going to cook some chicken today. Now, I do not eat meats. As you know, y'all know that I went all plant-based a couple months ago. But if you're going to choose meats, make sure you choose it without all the extra, no antibiotics, you know, none of the extra hormones and all the stuff. I can't even think right now. I'm trying to keep up with this video so I can show y'all. But anyway, I'm just showing you the chicken for later. Right now, I'm going to add some seasoning. Now, this is your garlic powder. I know it looks like I'm putting a lot in because I'm sprinkling it right out. Y'all, I don't measure, but if I were to measure that, it's probably about a teaspoon of each. That's the onion powder. So garlic powder, onion powder, and then thyme. Y'all know I love my thyme. And so I've added that as well. And that just makes it exceptionally yummy. All right, so just give that a little stir. And yep, just let that kind of simmer on down right there. And you can see I have on the other burner a little bit there, a bigger pot with some water. That is working its way to a boil for the pasta. Now, I just added the marinara sauce because this is video and it's magic, and those onions and garlic have already cooked down. So I'm adding 2 of these jars, and I add a little bit of water to each one just to rinse out everything on the inside of the jar. And there you go. There's my second jar. And then we're going to give that a little stir. There's my little extra water from that second jar. All right, we're going to give it a little stir. Get on back over here to the stove, Dana. There you go, sis. All right, stir it up. Looking nice and rich. All right, so now we're going to add a little bit of that bruschetta. All right, so now I love bruschetta. I love this. I could just sit it and eat it by the spoonfuls. But I do love Italian sauces, and this just gives the extra oomph. So this is probably 1-2 big tablespoons. And I would probably add more to it, but anyway, it's just big, thick chunks of tomato, and it's got a little bit of oil in there and a little bit of extra seasoning. This bruschetta from Trader Joe's is to die for. Now, if you don't have a Trader Joe's, it's okay. I'm just showing you my tricks because I do have a Trader Joe's very close to me, and I do frequent there. And there's just some products that they have in their brand that I really love. So I'm turning this down now and letting that just... Well, I'm turning it up actually to work its way to a boil, and then I'm going to, since I just added the sauces, it cooled it down quite a bit. Oh, before I go on, let's add a little black pepper. Yeah, I might want to be a little spicy today, and I'm having some of my family over to eat, and so, yeah, I want to give them a little extra flavor. All right, so some black pepper, and that looks like a lot too, but it really isn't. That's probably, I'm giving it maybe, I don't know, half a teaspoon of black pepper. And, yeah, you have to really work it to get some pepper out of that thing. But it's so good. I like that coarse black pepper. It just gives it a lot more flavor, I feel. And then, yeah, I think maybe just a little bit of... Yeah, cayenne. So let's do a little bit of cayenne pepper. Just a tad. And this is going to just give it a little extra kick. But I don't want to get it too hot and spicy. So there you go. Let it simmer. Put that lid on. going to turn it down. Did y'all hear that little Gracie? Yeah, she's trying to get my attention like, Mama, I need to go outside. That little, all right, so I had to take a quick break. You never know, because it's magic. I record this and then I come back and do a voiceover. Isn't it cool? I love it. It's fun. All right, so I'm actually letting this come back to a boil, and then I'm going to turn it down and let it simmer. But let me show you what I just pulled out of the freezer. Organic broccoli florets. I'm going to steam these. So we're going to have pasta, steamed broccoli. I'm actually going to do chicken for those who want some meat, and that can be added on the side or whatever. And so yeah, I'm going to put that in right on top of the pasta. So while the pasta's cooking, this broccoli is going to steam. And yeah, I've got this old metal colander that is the perfect steamer. If you already have a steamer with your cookware, that's awesome. And I have to make do with mine, and I'm going to give you a better view of what's going on the stove just a second. But my water's boiling. I'm adding all the pasta in there. And then I'm going to put the broccoli florets right on the top in that metal colander. Don't try to do this with a plastic colander. Ew. And then it just fits perfectly on my cookware here. And then I'll put my lid back on there. And fortunately, the pasta and the broccoli need to each cook about 8 minutes. So that's going to be perfect timing. And there you go. All right, so see how simple and easy? I got the pasta in there, and now it's just got to come back to a boil again. I've got the lid on there, and of course I've got a little sea salt in my water with the pasta. As you can see, my marinara now is boiling. Let me give it a little stir. Oh my goodness, smelling so amazing. Oh, yum. All right, now I'm definitely going to turn that down, and you'll see the burner going down. There you go. And it can just simmer because it is done, but just let it simmer and let all those flavors just kind of meld together. All right, so also some Ezekiel bread. If you just have to have some bread, Ezekiel bread is one of my picks. And there's several different kinds. This one probably is one of my least favorite. It's got the spelt in it. It doesn't have as much flavor as some of the others. It's not as grainy. But anyway, I'm going to add a little garlic to that and toast it in the oven. Now I've got my chicken on there. I've got some Alfredo sauce. This is a Trader Joe's brand Alfredo. I'm not going to have it either. I'm just going to have the pasta and the broccoli and the marinara. And but I know some of my family loves some good Alfredo sauce. I'm not going to make that from scratch, and so Trader Joe's is my brand of choice. But you know, you could get that in any jar in your local grocery. That's another brand. All right, so for my chicken, this is actually the Perdue already cooked chicken strips. It's kind of a quick, easy shortcut. And I don't want to be messing with chicken these days, but I'm not even eating it. So they said this was delicious. So I'm just going to season that the same way I did my marinara sauce. Now my broccoli's all done. I've strained it, and I've just put it right on top of my strained pasta. So all that's done. I have kind of clipped all that out of this video, but all that is done. And now my Alfredo sauce is heating up over there. I'm not going to let it come to a boil. And then my chicken, like I said, I added the same spices. And now here it is all plated up. Isn't that beautiful? I added a salad with just some salad mix and some cucumber and onion. There's my bread with some garlic. And I put a little bit of butter on it for them too. Here's my plate, y'all. So no Alfredo, no chicken. But oh my goodness. Just added one of my favorite salad dressings to this that I get from Aldi's. And I cooked these apples yesterday, and yes, I added a little ice cream to them, heated them up, ice cream. Dessert. They weren't expecting this one for sure. I never do dessert. All right, y'all, so wasn't that quick and easy? And really what I wanted to show you was how you can just get your favorite jar of pasta sauce and doctor it up a little bit. Now, if you wanted to add ground beef, then brown your ground beef, drain it, and do all of that, add it all together. You do your thing. I'm just not doing meat these days, but my family still enjoys meat. So I'm here to show you that you can be flexible. You know, I hear that concern all the time of, well, how can I eat healthy when my family wants the Listen, my family eats healthy. It's just that I make choices that they're not ready to make yet. And I wasn't ready to make it a while back either. So it's okay. We can take this in baby steps. And what I want to show you is the most important things is to eat with whole food, whole ingredients. Even when you're doing a shortcut, even when you're getting a jar of pasta sauce, look at the ingredients. If it's got a lot of additives and extra sugar added and high fructose corn syrup, all the things, all the preservatives, all the junk, then leave it alone. The reason that I choose the Trader Joe's brand is because I know that one of the things that they try to do is to stay with whole food ingredients. So whole ingredients and then organic is always better. All right, so anyway, I made it very simple. The pasta, quick and easy, just cook that in some sea salt and water. The broccoli florets, just steam that right over top of your pasta as you're going and then drain all that. It's easy. Y'all, it tasted so good. And now, I even added dessert. Y'all, my family knows I just don't fix dessert. And they know not to expect it. But I thought I will surprise them because I had made some baked apples the night before. I had this overabundance of apples and I just had this taste for some cinnamon and some ginger and some clove on my apples. So I cooked those and I cooked it in a little bit of coconut oil on top of the stove in my iron skillet, and I ate some as a little treat for myself the night before, but I put them in the refrigerator and I thought I'll serve this as a dessert. So I had John go to the store and I said, just buy a vanilla ice cream that has the most whole ingredients. Buy organic if you can, but that's what he came back with. So I wasn't even familiar with that brand, but everybody said it was delicious. I put a couple scoops on their hot apples, so I put the apples back in the oven, heated them up, and they said, this is as good as apple pie. Well, so of course there was no pastry to it on the pie, which made it less calories, less sugar, less all of that. And so yeah, it was a nice little treat, and it was really, really good. All right, so you can do this too. All that just was quick and easy, and it really was fabulous and delicious. If you wanted to add a little bit of freshly grated Parmesan cheese over top of it, you do your thing. I'm telling you, I am going to do my thing, you do your thing. But I hope this helped you to know how you can cook like your family will just rather have your cooking than go to their favorite restaurant. And you know that you're giving them more whole food options and lots of love too. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.